Howdy, folks. We should be live. It is Thursday, July 20th, 8:02 p.m. And outside, there are some storms. Or storms? I don't know. There's a storm going on, according to my widget up there in the top left. It is 22 degrees Celsius. We had a high of 27, a low of 18. But that is why I am inside live streaming instead of outside. Well, there's another reason why I am inside instead of last time, but I hope you are all doing well this otherwise fine and dandy Thursday evening. I see Lily in the chat, Vivian Johnson, Jennifer Gala, Zach Thong, Caroline, Harjot, Jeanette Morales, Gertej, CEO extraordinaire, Vivian Johnson's here, Alejandra, Wesley, Marge, Romeo. Romero, I almost said Romeo. I think I saw Brad Palmer earlier, Jenna A., Harjot, Gordon Freeman. I saw Boom Graham, or Boom Productions as he's now known. Slick, Mr. Hippo, and everyone else. Sorry if I missed you. But welcome to a somewhat rare Johnny Strides home stream. And for this one, I do have a couple of new videos that I'm going to play in the background while we hang out. We're just going to keep it casual. Feel free to ask me anything and everything. If it's an inappropriate question, I'll just ignore it. And if it's super inappropriate, I'm sure a mod will remove it. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We've got a lot of regulars in the chat already. Everyone is super friendly. Nobody bites. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves as well as we go. I have an everyone's welcome policy. As long as you follow the rules of the chat, you are more than welcome to stay. So thanks for tuning in. Also, if you like this kind of home format better than when I'm outside, or if you just want more of it, I typically do this not every Sunday, but most Sunday nights on the Johnny Stumbles channel. So don't forget to head over there and click that subscribe button and click that bell. Sometimes on those streams I get a little drunk, sometimes I get a little high. We do silly quizzes. But yeah, this one is going to be a little more straightforward, but that's where all the weird stuff happens. So if you want to take part of those streams, head over there. But other than that, how the hell are you doing? Let's have an adult beverage. This is a Creemore Premium Lager. I've got one more of these in the fridge. So cheers to everyone out there in Thursday land, wherever you may be. And look at that. It did not explode. Awesome. Jenna says it sounds like the storms are hitting Toronto, hoping it hits Kingston as we need the rain here. Well, I hope it leaves Toronto and hits Kingston as well. Christo says we enjoy your hairstyle more. So I'll start playing a video in a minute or two. But funny story today. I went out to I'm going away pretty soon. Another big trip. So if you thought the Korea, Vietnam, Thailand trip was big, I've got one I think equally as big and exciting coming up, and that'll be very, very soon, within 2 weeks. So I've started to get some extra videos in just to cover the time while I'm away. I'm also starting to get excited about the trip. I'll be staying in 2 major cities. Do you have any tattoos? Nope. And if I got a tattoo, I'd probably get like one that looked like a little birthmark, just to say I had one. I saw someone who had a tattoo on the inside of their lip. That's maybe where I would get it. Maybe like an FU or something. I have not revealed where I'm traveling to next, but it is exciting. It's going to be like, they're places I've never been to before. So I'm going to be doing a lot of like vacation tourist thing, but I'm also going to get some videos in and some live streams in. So hopefully there'll be a fair bit of content coming out of it as well. I am going with a friend, so I'm not going to be like myself or by myself like the last trip most of the time, where I could just make a whole lot of content. But either way, I'm just kind of torn between an Airbnb and a hotel. I've got both booked for the first destination, so I'm going to figure that out. The second one, I'm staying in a hotel. That's booked. Virginia Wedlake, $5. Thank you, Virginia Wedlake. And that reminds me, you sent a super chat right at the tail end of this live stream. You sent it right at the end when I was having connection problems. And I caught it, but the stream had already disconnected, so I apologize. But thank you for that one, and thank you for this one, Virginia. Thank you very much for the $5. Cheers to you. Osiris says, give us a little hint. I'll be taking a high-speed train from the first city directly to the second city. There's the only hint I will give you. Channel members and Patreon supporters do have a better hint than that, but that is the only hint I am giving out. And drum roll, I'm flying economy. I'm not doing business class, but I did buy a first class ticket for the high-speed rail because YOLO. I think that's going to be fun, and hopefully we'll have a video featuring that as well. I don't know if I'm going to bring my mount and stick the camera to the window. It all depends on if I have room in the luggage for it, but I've taken high-speed rail trains before in a few different countries, Korea, Taiwan, Japan. So I'm looking forward to once again getting on an awesome high-speed rail train. So that's coming up in a few weeks. But today I was recording my second video, and I finished up right at the Allen Gardens, and I was going to live stream. I had my gimbal in my backpack. I had my iPhone as well. I already set up the live stream in YouTube Studio. You guys don't need to know that part, but I already had the live stream all set up and ready to go. And it was like 4:55, and I looked at my phone and I saw that Ken was live streaming at 5. So I was like, okay. Normally, Jenna A, $3. I enjoy your videos and live streams. Thank you. If you want to interrupt me, send a super chat. That will stop me mid sentence. Thank you, Jenna A. Thank you very much for your support. So I was like, whatever. I'll just stream later tonight. I didn't know thunderstorms were on the way until I saw the title of Ken's video. I'm like, I'll let Ken stream. I'll stream after him. But then I was literally walking down Gerrard Street East recording a video that I'm going to be playing on tonight's stream when I turned on Ken's stream, and he was at Allen Gardens. He was literally we must have both been in the Allen Gardens at exactly the same time, because I was like 5 minutes down Gerrard. And then I thought, do I want to turn around and intercept him? And that's like, no, you got to finish what you're doing. You got to go home. You got to set up for a live stream because you're going to try to stream later tonight. You got to have dinner. Hopefully you guys can't hear my air conditioner, but I've got a new air conditioner installed, and it's super duper loud. I get my normal air conditioner back tomorrow morning, but they installed this temporary one, so I didn't go without AC tonight. So hopefully you guys don't hear it, but yeah, long story short, me and Ken were very, very close, and I just didn't feel like streaming at the same time. Sometimes I don't care, and I'll do it, but that is the story of tonight. And on that note, today's video is a video where I ride my e-scooter around the perimeter of the west side. Shivblin says, could you please do a full train ride video while on holiday? One of the problems with that is my cameras tend to overheat. I'm not going to say how long the train ride is, but it's pretty long. But I do have a first class cabin, so I should be able to leave my camera plugged in and recording unattended. So I might just do that. Sanjay in Kingston is here. Hello, Sanjay. So that's this ride, wow, my video yesterday is not doing so well. I should probably rename that one and maybe get a new thumbnail. And today's video is not doing very well, but the ones before that have been doing well. So this one, it's coming. I just recorded a quick ride home. So we are on Bloor Street. Let me get the weather off. And let me shrink myself down a little bit so you guys can see more of what's going on. Shrink, Johnny. Why won't it let me... How's that? Hey guys, it's me down in the corner. Maybe we'll get a little bigger. That seems like a good compromise. Just enough of my stupid face on your screen. So yeah, this one, we're just going to go back up to Midtown on the scooter. Then I've got an all-new one. This is all new too. I've never played it before. But then I've got one of downtown that I recorded today from the Allen Gardens. And I've got a few more kind of previews of upcoming videos. Like I said, I'm starting to build up a backlog of videos. Christo says you got 92.2K subs, so close to 100K. Yes, we are 8.8K away. Well, more like 8.7.3K away. But thank you, and we have over 200 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, do it. Do it. Just fucking do it. I probably lost more subscribers by saying that F-bomb than we're going to gain. There's always somebody, every time I swear, who sends me an email like, I did not appreciate that. And I was like, there's 10 million other channels on YouTube you can watch. Don't watch this one. But yeah, so we are now going north up Church Street, I believe, and this is going to take us to Yonge, and then we're going to go north up Yonge to Midtown, and then I'm going to play a new walking video that I recorded today. Marge says, doing your Dylan voice. We never see him anymore. Dylan is doing well. He's got his own YouTube channel. He posts videos somewhat regularly on his channel, Dylan Reynolds, and he often leaves morning comments saying hi everyone. I don't know if he has time to hang out in the live streams anymore or the premieres. I don't really see him in Ken's either, but rest assured he is he's doing well. He comments frequently and he puts his own videos up quite regularly. Robert Saberwall is here. Hello, Robert. Welcome to a rare live stream. Rimpification says, I wish you would swear more. I don't know how to respond to that. I just talk the way I talk in real life. Depending on my mood, depending on what's going on, I might swear occasionally. I don't have a trucker mouth or anything like that, but every once in a while it slips out, and I don't see the need to censor myself on the channel. If someone gets offended by that, go away. You know, but other than that, yeah, I don't swear very often. In fact, very rarely do I swear, I would say. But when I do, I don't feel sorry about it. What's the highest step count you've ever achieved in a day, says Osiris. Devin says, say whatever you want. This isn't broadcast TV. Osiris, I somewhere north of 40,000. I did 40,000 when I was in... The highest one I have on record on my Fitbit is 40,000. I did that when I was in Thailand. This week, where am I? Let's see, where are we? I try to get to 100,000 steps every week. Last week I fell short. I don't know if this is going to focus. No, but this week we are at 70,000. So today I'm at 14,000. Yesterday I did 12. I did 21 the day before, and then I had two kind of weekdays at 11 and 10. I try never to go below 10,000. I occasionally have the odd lazy day. Like a few weeks ago, I had a day where I didn't leave my apartment and I only got 3,000. One thing I do is whenever I'm on the scooter or e-bike, I turn my watch off because it tends to shake, and I can pick up like anywhere from a few hundred to like 1,000 or even 2,000 steps on an e-bike ride or on my scooter. So I turn my watch off just so I don't get like, because if you're going to cheat, I might as well just like on the couch, like shake my watch back and forth and pick up cheap steps like that. So yeah, I have been, oh, this guy. It's good. I've had it 2 years.
How many kilometers on the ride?
I have no idea, but it's been through the snow, slush. It's held up.
Awesome.
Never had a flat.
Awesome.
How long have you had that?
3 months. Actually, I got a problem with the bow, and that's about it. So hopefully, knock on the wood, can enjoy it. After you.
All right, cheers. Yeah, I ended up chatting with this guy a few more times on the way. I think we're scooter buddies. JD says 3,000 steps in your apartment. Yeah, I can do that. I've got I have laundry in the basement here, so if I do laundry, I go down. Christo says, I am so jealous. I'm lucky if I clock 20K steps a week. Jellybean says that's significantly more steps than me. All right. Dominic says, big ups to everyone in the mods. Hello, Dominic. I believe That's some travel fun terminology, right? I wonder when I'm going to see Jeff again. I haven't seen him in a while. Jenna A says, I have a question. What types of music do you like, Johnny? Lately, a lot of like 90s and early 2000s rock that I grew up with. That's just mostly what I've been listening to. Someone asked what kind of phone I have. It's just I'm going naked, by the way. No screen protector, no case, but it's my Galaxy S20 FE. Let's see. How many steps do you guys take a day on average? If you know. If you don't know, then, you know. I think I'm in the last category, or I might actually not be in the last category. Somewhere skirting the end of the last one. But let's see. Try to answer honestly. Pretend we're playing golf and actually don't pretend. Well, the last one I wrote 50,001. Oops. Ignore option 2. Option 2 is supposed to say 5,000 to 10,000. I accidentally wrote 50,000. That's a drunk answer. Fans Buses Gaming says, I don't really know how many steps I do a week, but probably really low. Your phone should count you. Count for you. Mr. Hippo says 2000s music was my thing, and today hip hop as well. I had tickets to Sneaky D's 2000s night last Friday, but the TTC was running shuttle buses, and it started raining. So what did I do? I didn't use my tickets. Well, my friend bought them, and I feel bad, so I'm going to make up for that this coming weekend. We're going to go somewhere fun, and it's going to be on me. Devin says, I get my steps in doing laundry too, but usually run 13 to 20K steps. That's awesome, Devin. Boom Production says, I work on my feet, so my goal is always to reduce my steps. Yeah, people that do that, that work on their feet, I mean, what I do is nothing for people that are on their feet all day. Young SC is loving says, Johnny, how many push-ups can you do? Not many. Certainly not 100. I could do like maybe 20 before I start to die. If I do them on my knees, like the shitty ones, I think I can go forever. But proper sit-ups, not too many. Vivian Johnson says, you didn't go low enough for your 967. Hey, Vivian, that's better than 0, right? Jen says, I don't take that many steps. I need a trainer. Daisy, yes, there's an error in the quiz. Daisy says, come to Antigua and Barbuda in the Caribbean. Couldn't even point to those on a map, but it looks like something I should look into. Shiblin says, is the Move-In e-bike fixed now? No. I made arrangements for the folks at Move-In to come pick it up, and they got busy and were like, can we do this another day? And I'm like, okay, I'll just go make a e-scooter video. And that's kind of how we ended up with that video that I posted today on the e-scooter. Bell Chow does about 7,000 steps a day. That's excellent. Keep in mind that sometimes people exercise in other ways too, like their bike. They do like yoga or like that type of thing. Like steps aren't the end all and be all. In fact, probably the laziest way you can get a work in. Lily says, on a lazy day, I'm around 4K, average about 10, and the most you've ever had lately is 17K. That's excellent, Lily. Kevin says, how many Scarborough streets can you do in a day? You mean videos? I haven't done Scarborough in a while. I don't know the answer there. Pine Soul says, hey there, JS Sneaky D's is the spot. Fridays is your favorite. What's going on Fridays? I usually go Saturday nights. I've done 90s. I've done 2000s. I did their 2010 night. I don't think I'll be doing that one again. JD says, have you done a walking video in your Chucks yet? I have. I've done a few, actually. Yeah, Gordon says, is 5 years too old for a PC? Not if it works. Not at all. My PC is like over 5 years, although the CPU has been upgraded, the GPU has been upgraded, and I occasionally take it apart and use one of those little cans and clean the dust out of it. My only worry is my power supply is now pushing it. That's over 5 years old, so I might preemptively get a new power supply. I just have bad luck with those things when they get this old.
I've ran out of juice once.
Boom is going to see
find the last, like,
Royksop,
30%
a
of
Norwegian
those really
electronic
fast.
band at History in
Like,
September. History is
I'm
that
not sure the battery meter
like
is all
club
that
slash
accurate.
performance venue that Drake owns, where Greenwood Racetrack used to be. Devin prefers walking, but when the distance is huge, the bike helps reduce the sunburn, starvation, and wearing out shoes. Yeah, he says, can you do a walking video in my new area, Bayview and Shepherd? I might revisit that area. That's like Bayview Village. I might do the Bayview Village Mall again. I don't know, but I'll probably do a stream up there. Maybe I'll do Shepherd West. It's been a while since I've done that. Pinesel says emo night. A lot of punk rock. Probably not my crowd or my music, Pinesel, but I mean, Sneaky D's is pretty fun. I wish they had a better sound system. It's kind of ass, but it's not really about that. Robert just got his new desktop PC today. What specs do you have on that, Robert? Congrats on not going the Apple route, by the way. Rimpification says History is a great venue. I've never been to History. Jennifer says, my Alienware PCs are going strong. Dell, yeah, that would have been after Dell bought them. They're 5 years old. My new MacBook Pro is on another level, though. MacBook, yuck. Just kidding. Are you coming to Ribfest at Kipling and Lakeshore? Asked Josh B. Probably not. Once you've been to one Ribfest, you've been to them all. Like, it's great that there's so many Ribfests going on all around the city, but you don't have to go out of your way to go to one. And once you go to one, like, sometimes they have like cheesy fake wrestling set up and other little things to distinguish them, but it's the same vendors selling the same thing. It looks exactly the same. Even the one in Dundas Square is still indistinguishable from the other ones. Lily, yeah, cosplay, that's always Fan Expo is always a big one. There's Fan Expo, and then there's two events every year. That's kind of always fun to go see. Osiris says Sunnybrook is my favorite park in the city. Sadly, I don't think that park appears on the list of parks where we're going to be able to drink at. I might be doing a video on that coming up soon. But yeah, there's drinking allowed in parks as of August. Robert says an Intel i9, 8-core, 1TB SSD, 32 gigs of RAM. You're missing the most important thing, Robert. What is the GPU? I'm guessing you have Intel onboard graphics. Clayton says it's amazing how you can sit in your chair and drive in reverse. Quite amazing. I'm about to do an illegal move here. No left turns at Yonge and Eglinton. No left turns. Watch me go. Watch me turn left. Take that, Johnny Law. Give me a ticket. You should do Kiel and Lawrence. Haven't I done that before? I thought I've done that a while ago. But yeah, I should. There's a lot of areas I should do that I haven't in a while. Have you ever fallen off your scooter? Nope. No, I have not. JD uses a Mac M1 Studio. If I have one good thing to say about Macs, it's that they run DaVinci Resolve exceptionally well. So if they... I don't know. I'm hoping that... I don't know what I'm talking about. But if I ever had to get a Mac, I would get a Mac laptop just so I could run DaVinci Resolve, because that is the perfect editing software, except for the fact that it doesn't run well on Windows laptops. All right, let's see. 44% of you get up to 5,000 steps. 26% of you get up to 10,000. 17% 10 to 15,000. And 15,000 plus is covered by 14% of you. So 14% of you are absolute rock stars and probably walk more than I do. But I was just curious. We were talking about it. Robert says no separate GPU, but you might get one. Jennifer Gallus says Macs are made for video editing. Not the MacBook Airs, because they're passively cooled. Also, there's a lot of things where an NVIDIA card will absolutely stomp a Mac in the video editing, such as real-time noise reduction. If you're using DaVinci Resolve Fusion a proper hardware GPU will crush a Mac, but Macs do have built-in video encoders. There's a lot of good things there, and they can handle like an insane amount of 4K streams at once. So I don't think I would argue with that, actually, but I would definitely go a desktop PC any day of the week over a Mac for video editing. Tom Bikes says you're usually at 20K plus. All right, so like I said earlier today, I was at Allen Gardens when I was about to fire up a live stream and saw that Ken was about to live stream. So I decided not to, but I did decide to record a walking video after that. So I put that reminds me, I put my camera into 1080 30 mode. So just so I don't accidentally start recording my next video, let me put this back to 4K 60 where it belongs. There we go. I'm recording you, recording me. Daisy says, I really appreciate what you do, Johnny. Thanks for showing us your lovely country. Thank you for the kind words, Daisy. I appreciate your comment, and I appreciate we have 246 of you tuning in right now. Thank you, everyone. That is an awesome amount of people. So this is the walk I recorded after the second walk I recorded today, right as Ken was firing up a live stream. So we're going to walk along Gerrard Street, and then I'll just let the walk play out from there. So I am right at the Allen Gardens pretty much. It's literally across the street. This is Jarvis Street. Ken would have been in the Allen Gardens at this time. There's HH, the notorious Hooker Harvey's on the right. Devin says, I'm recording you, recording me, recording you on City TV. As Mark Daly would always say, I'm watching you, watching me on City TV. But creating that infinite loop. Bill Chow bought his desktop in 2015. Shortly after Windows 10 came out, it still works fine. You won't upgrade until they no longer support the update. Then you'll buy a Windows 11 computer. You might be able to upgrade that. You probably missed the window on free upgrades to Windows 11. There's also often a BIOS update if your desktop was capable of it. But I leave my desktop at Windows 10. All my laptops are Windows 11. It doesn't make a difference to me. Clayton says, do you set up the live stream before getting to your starting point and then just hit start stream? Yes, I set it up at home in YouTube Studio. And then the only thing I do, sometimes I change the title and I update the thumbnail. And then I'm ready to go when I get there. Jeanette says, how's the food at Harvey's? I haven't been to Harvey's in a while, but it's one of the better fast foods. Flame broiled. Probably a flame broiled. I don't know if they say always fresh, never frozen. They kind of taste like frozen patties to me that have been heated up, but Harvey's definitely one of the better fast food burger joints. Dirk G says, hello, Johnny from Dortmund in Germany. Hello, Dirk. Zara says, what's the best bang for your buck strain? I order mine online, so I don't know. Clayton says, thank you, Johnny. Rempification loves that Pina Land. I think that Pina Land is going to have to close pretty soon. I think there's a condo going in that spot. Trapdoor says Harvey's is good for fast food standards. They are, they have survived this onslaught of fast food burger joints taking over the city. I think A&W has kind of muscled its way into being like as big as McDonald's, but fortunately A&W quality is pretty good. Savage says Dairy Queen has good burgers too. Yeah, there's not a lot of Dairy Queens, right? There's one off the top of my head on Broadview, north of Danforth. There's not too many. Lily accidentally went to that Harvey's alone at night to go to the washroom, and as a younger woman, that unfortunately did not go well. When was that, Lily? Was that like, I know that place had a reputation in like the 90s, but I think like that reputation has not been all that relevant in a while, but yeah, maybe that's not the best area for you to be doing that. JD says Hero Burgers are pretty good. I haven't been to Hero Burger in quite a while. Chris Mill says Jays finally beat the Padres today. Did they ever? 4-0 after getting blanked the first two games. At least they're back in the win column. Osiris says so many businesses closed down on Yonge Street at Eglinton. So many changes. There's been a lot of turnover, but fortunately not too many vacant retailers. So it's always good when things turn around and bounce back. Osiris says South Street is good, but they need to change their buns back. Yeah, they were... I haven't been there since New York Fries owned them, but apparently New York Fries sold them off. Jelly Bean says Dragon Mall. There we go. There we go. That is exactly it. Adam says, love your videos from a Manitoban. Adam and Jamie Lynn wishing all heck to move to Toronto in the spring. Well, we wish that you come as well. Hopefully you can do the impossible and find a place that is somewhat affordable to live in. But yeah, I would be excited too if I was moving to Toronto. Shivlin says, do you plan to do a tutorial on Prism Live Studio? No. There's so many. You can just Google how to use Prism, or you could just watch Action Kids video. That's not really the kind of thing that I do. Chris Mills says Seattle series on the weekend will be fun, and apparently a lot of people in Seattle were a little butthurt that the stadium's official store was selling a lot of Blue Jays stuff. Matt likes Burgers Priest. I'm not a huge fan. I'd rather go to Rudy. We have both here. Boom Graham likes Burger Shack. Yahia wants me to stream Snipe Ken. Devin misses In-N-Out Burgers. We had an In-N-Out pop-up not too long ago. Dave says, what about Five Guys? Five Guys, mediocre burger, fantastic fries. That's my take on Five Guys. Valerie says, if it weren't for fast food, many people would starve to death. What about me? I don't cook. Just a dude living alone in a bachelor apartment. I pretty much thrive on takeout and restaurants. Intergalactic says, my hair looks great. Thank you. I'm going to get a haircut maybe before I go. Hello, George. Just reading your comment, Lily. I've lost pace. I was keeping up with all the comments, but I've fallen behind. Aviation and Fun just moved to Waterloo a month ago. I have not been to Waterloo on the channel, but they have a nifty LRT I need to check out at some point. You don't cook? No, I don't cook. I make a smoothie, though, and I do have some cooking videos up on my other channel. Tom Bikes says their own barbecue burgers are the best and cost a couple of bucks. Peitzel says Arby's. I miss Arby's. Come back. I used to go to that Eaton Center Arby's all the time. There's an Arby's. Whenever I visit my mom, I try to sneak into the Arby's up in Niagara Falls. I do have a car booked for the end of August, so I'm hopefully going to do a live stream and some driving videos and get out to Niagara Falls. Well, I'm definitely going out to Niagara Falls, but I hope to get some content out of it as well. I'm also hoping to go to Arby's. Maybe my mom will let me bring some Arby's back home and treat everyone. Who's just says spending money on fast food rather than buying groceries. If you play your cards right, when you live alone, like buying groceries can be more expensive than eating out, especially when you're buying like vegetables and you realize how much you're either going to have to use that whole thing or you're going to waste it. Just given the cost, like unless you're just eating like deli meats or peanut butter, it can be super expensive cooking these days. Like grocery prices are insane. Just know which takeout places have really large portions you can cut up into 2 or 3 meals. Take advantage of like 2-for-1s on Uber Eats and do the pickup option. There's lots of little ways to get meals for like $5 or $6 a meal. Lily says, my brother and Markham always make sure to go to Arby's whenever he comes down to Windsor. Yeah, I mean, I get it. So many people hate Arby's. I fucking love Arby's. I think it's amazing. The Laughing Man says, is Niagara Falls the travel location you were hinting at the past few days? No. I am getting on a plane and I am crossing an ocean and I'm going to a very famous city and then I'm getting on a high-speed train and I'm going to a less famous city, but still kind of famous and well-known. Jenna A says the Arby's in Kingston is good. JD says red flag deals. So we are now at Yonge Street, and we're about to go south. Calvin says, love Johnny video. Thank you, Calvin. Love your comment. So we are heading south down the east side of Yonge Street, but I'm going to cross over and hit the west side of Yonge Street in a minute. I think there was a lot of honking going on at some point. I don't know. I can't hear the audio. I don't have my headphones on. The Laughing Man says high-speed train sounds like Japan. Andrew says Tokyo to Nagoya, not Osaka. Interesting. Robert says London or Paris, maybe. Perhaps. Alejandra, member... Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's not a native English-speaking country, so we'll toss London out of that. There you go, Robert. There's a generous hint. Alejandra, channel member for 14 months. We will be arriving in Toronto on August 2nd. I might not be here when you're here, Alejandra. But thank you for 14 months of silver tier membership. It is much appreciated. Jeanette buys healthy frozen dinners at $4 to $5. You're so lazy to cook. I don't think the word lazy, like humans are inherently lazy. When people accuse other people of being lazy, you're just accusing them of being a human, right? So I'm starting to get away from using that word. Like when you're in an office and you see someone doing nothing and you know they're getting paid the same as you and you work a lot harder, are they lazy or do you just harbor resentment for them because you kind of wish you could get away with what they were getting away with, right? Like I think humans are inherently lazy, and I don't know. I just think that's being human. Clayton Crawford says, congratulations, 14 months, Alejandra. Valerie says, peanut butter is the go-to meal for many fast food lovers who don't want to go or pay delivery fees from Uber Eats. I put a big chunk of all-natural peanut butter in my smoothies every day just to fill them up. It's a affordable thing to add, and you get protein. It makes it filling. Savage K says France. Osiris says clearly Tokyo. Ooh. Some people saying France, some people saying Tokyo. What if it was neither of them? What if I went to like Taipei and then I took the high-speed train to Kaohsiung? Pencil says, what's the travel time? Not going to say. Not going to say. Jennifer Gala says 100% Japan. First day Shibuya. Yes, Shibuya. Livestream, Shibuya, Harajuku. Ooh, see all this crazy costumes at Harajuku. Shinjuku, then Osaka. You forgot Akihabara. That's the cool thing about Tokyo. There's like endless neighborhoods that are amazing and you could just get lost in all day. It's a little homogenous because it's Asian, so they don't have like the diversity that we have, but Tokyo is just so friggin' awesome. I just love it. You also forgot, well, you didn't forget, but there's some other areas that are failing to roll off my tongue. Vinsel says, what's the flight duration for your trip? I don't know, but I will be in economy class. But I did pay extra to choose my seat because I bought the lowest class ticket that I could buy. Donna usually makes a casserole so I don't have to cook. Cyrus says little Tokyo smoke right there. Just reading some of your chats. Valerie says you hit the nail on the head about people being envious. Yeah, like if you have a lazy coworker, don't resent them. If anything, resent the company structure for making you work more than them for the same or less money, right? It's not the other person that you should be resenting. That's just human nature. Ramification is guessing Singapore. That might be it. It might be Singapore.
We just all went off track, so would you like to respond to that?
Just reading some of your videos. Jenna says, I just noticed in your video that you walked by the strip bar. It's still there. I remember it being, Zanzibar. Well, there used to be another one in that area, but Zanzibar and the Brass Rail are both owned by the same family, I think, on Yonge Street. That Zanzibar, I think that sign is so iconic that I don't give a shit about the strip club. If it's a sustainable business, let it live. If not, let it close. But that sign needs to stay. Do you try to be inconspicuous with your camera? How does your anxiety handle the fear of someone getting angry? If someone gets angry at me, they can basically fuck right off. I don't care. So, no, I don't feel any anxiety at all. And this is my camera, so it's, pretty small. And I hold it like that. Yeah. Fortunately, most people, like, understand, like, there's nothing wrong with carrying it. And if I anticipate a problem, if they look like they've got a screw loose, like they're properly Looney Tunes. I'll cross the street or just avoid them or not make eye contact with them. But very rarely does someone who looks like they've got their shit together like have a problem with the camera. So it's really not an issue. Andrew says, what airline? It's a Canadian airline. That's all I'll say. Crystal says the middle seat in economy class. Yuck. No, I've got a... Okay, this isn't really a hint, but the airplane configuration is 242. And I am flying with one other person. So we got the two on the side, 4 in the middle, 2 on the side. So we're going to be the 2 on the side. I had to pay an extra $75 per ticket to choose those seats because it wasn't included. But yeah, it's the flight was originally 333 and we're on the middle aisle and the center seat. And then the airline, they changed the plane, but they didn't tell me they changed the plane. And they moved us to like being separate. I was like, that's weird. Why wouldn't I want to sit with my friends? So then I called the airline and I had to pay a little bit and we got moved to the side. Pine Soul says direct or connecting. I'm not taking a connection if a direct flight is available. Come on. That's just... No, it's direct. Aviation and Fun says it's the A330. Jennifer Gala says that's an Airbus A330. 2 people tuning in. Well, you know what they say. If it's Boeing, I ain't going. So I am more than happy to fly an Airbus. Devin says 787. Are you going to India? Ooh, you guys are getting too nosy. You're super sleuthing your way into my trip. What's some of your favorite stops in Chinatown, Kensington? Kensington, like, I don't normally stop there. I like supermarket to grab a drink, the Common or Handlebar. Chinatown, I don't know. There's a few pho restaurants there. Pho is pretty good. I know that's kind of played out. Canton Chili, there's some good spots there. Ebron says that's a long haul flight. Jeanette always chooses the aisle seat. You don't like being between people. Yeah, middle row aisle is the best. And you can always kind of pretend you're sleeping, and the person in the middle, more times than not, will go the other way and bug the other person. Chris Mills says the A350 is sweet. I want to fly in an A380. That is my goal in life, to do like first class on an A380. Just fly on the absolute best plane ever made in the best class you can. That is my goal. If there's like a billionaire out there and you want to super chat me a first class ticket on an A380, I will be so grateful. But if you're not a billionaire, don't do it. Lily says, I just did Flair to Halifax last month, super cheap, but they get you with the seat charges, baggage, and stuff. Hey, at least your flight took off and you made it, right? That's a win. Jennifer says, so Johnny is not... Hey, Jennifer, how do you know I'm not taking an A330? You were very, very certain that I was going to a certain city there. Shivbon says if it's an Airbus, John... No, they fly... It's a Canadian airline. Some of them fly Airbuses outside. Yahia says the A380 is the best. You were on one last week. Yeah, the A380, that's a plane that, sadly, what happened with that plane was it was so big, and when jet fuel prices went up, and it can't dock at every airport because it's so big, Airbus killed the production of it. And now it's coming back into demand. Now that airline travel is super insane and airlines want to consolidate into bigger planes and fly, they just want that advantage of having a larger plane. The A380 is like coming back into fashion, but Airbus doesn't make them anymore. So there's rumors that they might revise it and fire up production again. I've been watching a lot of AvGeek channels, but I think hands down the A380 is like the ultimate flight or the ultimate plane that everyone seems to want to fly, and I've never done. G-Stone says, what's your favorite neighborhood in Toronto? Probably the Annex. I've said it before. Touring different places. Have you ever visited New York City? I went there 2 years ago. I didn't make any videos, but I did appear in a couple of Action Kids videos. Jennifer says, yep, I did Emirates business in the first class. Guys took a shower. Amazing. They had 20 minutes to finish. Singapore Airlines A380, you actually get a bed, like a full double bed. And if you're flying in the adjacent one to you, or if you're on the end, you can open it up to just a huge room, like a suite, if you want to share it with the person next to you. So if you're a couple, it just looks ridiculous. Like, if you're ever bored on YouTube, look up like A380 Singapore first class. It's just the most bonkers flight experience ever. Just reading some of your videos. Do a poll who has and has not been to Toronto yet. Seems like we haven't. Okay, there's an idea, Matt. Non-Ontarians only. Have you been to TO? I'm only asking people who aren't from Ontario. And for all of you who are not eligible to vote, I put in a question for you. So now we are heading west on Queen Street West. Chris Mill says there's a new aviation channel, plane spotting, out of YYZ. I always say YYZ when I read that. Bill Chow says King's Noodles at Dundas and Spadina is a good, authentic Chinese restaurant. They have changed ownership. Unfortunately, word is they're not as good as they used to be. But I don't know. I've just heard that through the grapevine. Have you been to Toronto? 31% yes, 22% no. So roughly that's 60% yes, 40% no. 50% of you are not eligible to vote, but you're voting anyways. All right, Osiris, enjoy the dispensary. Sheena Roberts says Toronto is fab. Longtime moderator and channel supporter, Sheena. Ever tried the $5 banh mi at Queen and Spadina? It's bomb. No, I have not, but I remember the days when banh mi used to cost like $5, so it's pretty cool that you can still get it for that here. It's pretty ridiculous. Some places, like I went to a place on Danforth that was like $13 for a banh mi. It's like, what are we doing with our lives when we're paying $13 for something that in Vietnam is like $1.50, $3 at like a touristy place? Jelly Bean feels excluded. You can still vote. I gave you an option. Just vote for I'm not eligible to vote. Then you get to like satisfy your urge to click stuff. Oh, there's like an unhinged guy going off at like a security guard later in this video. If I remember to, I'll turn up the volume if you care for that. But we are crossing Bay Street, about to walk in front of Nathan Phillips Square. This was recorded not too long ago, about maybe 3 hours ago. 3.5 hours ago. XX McGillney is in the dirty schwa now. Hey, some people might be offended by that. I'm not offended by that, but some people might be. It takes a lot to offend me. Matt says, I went to Toronto. You're more in the GTA. You stayed in Mississauga, Oakville, Bike, and Caledon, and other remote trails. Pat 1967 says, have you ever considered politics? No. No, I have not. Not I'm too un-PC to be in politics. I actually think almost nobody is actually qualified to be in politics. What does a Nathan Phillips Square hot dog go for nowadays, E&M? I think about $3.50, $4.50 if you want a sausage. Yeah, he says, yeah, there's a ton of Toronto aviation channels. It's like Toronto walking channels, right? There are a dime a dozen. My favorite channel for aviation, I think, I don't know why. He needs to like upgrade his camera, but Noel Phillips, I just watch all of his videos. I really like his videos. I don't know why, but he's really cool. The Laughing Man says Johnny for TO Mayor in 2028. You know what? The new mayor is off to a pretty good start. She's somehow got the premier on her side. She's done the impossible, and she's like attacking things that are worth addressing right away. Like she knows like the nuts and bolts of the entire system probably better than anyone. So to have that kind of insight in your mayor, she's going to know what strings to pull. I'm not fully aligned on everything she is, but if anyone is capable of getting anything done, it should be her in theory, and so far she's impressed. When the Toronto Sun is like saying good things about you, you know you've either really fucked up or you've done something really good if you're from the NDP. Tom Bike says, I miss that old hot dog truck with the guy who said, look at D's, look at D's. I miss the guy who used to do bun tricks. He would like throw a napkin up in the air and like catch it with his tongs and like throw the bun up and then catch it. He always used to work down on Front Street. JD says Doug Ford hated her before she was elected. But she's doing something that is in Doug Ford's interest, telling the feds to give Doug Ford more money. So, of course, Dougie changes his tune on this one issue. Billy T says Noel is great. He is great. I like his Lou reviews. Lily says, I don't think anyone in my city does walking videos. What city is that? I'd be curious. Kirgo says, would be nice if she allowed everyone to work from home full time. Well, I don't think a mayor has any say over labor laws like that. Maybe people from the city she could direct to work from home, but I think she has zero sway or zero pull in that sense. And as someone who worked in an office, I honestly wouldn't want to work from home. Like, I like being around other people. I like being able to bounce ideas off of other people. I like people just randomly swinging by my desk and talking and like seeing a DM on my system saying, hey, let's go grab a coffee. And you're like, yeah, my phone is ringing. I don't want to talk to that broker. Let's go get a coffee. Like, I miss all that stuff. I don't miss the actual work part, but I just feel working in an actual office is much more valuable than working at home. Just my opinion. Jennifer Gala also likes Olivia Chow. I think she's off to a pretty solid start. Time will tell, but she's already done more in like 2 days than John Tory did his entire term. Like, what did he do? He kept property taxes way too low, so now the new mayor is going to have to raise them and look evil. Lisa says hybrid is the best. Johnny, Thailand can be dangerous. I don't know, Roy. Talk to some others about that. I've never had problems in Thailand. I've just been robbed once. And we are... Oh, that unhinged guy is on the left here. That security guard is like chasing him away. But we're going to head down to Osgood Station here. Dave S. says, were you in finance? No, but I was kind of in a sister field, I guess you could say. All the big shiny glittery skyscrapers downtown. The field I was in outside of like banking and finance probably occupied the second most amount of real estate. Kurtich says dingus. No, they're only a dingus if they're going after you with the camera, I believe. I believe that would be Ken's definition. That's Ken's vocabulary. I don't really run into dinguses. I try to anticipate them and avoid them well in advance. Lily says, Windsor, you found a couple of random videos, but you don't think anything consistent like me. The reason I can be consistent and why Ken can be consistent is Toronto is huge. Toronto has a ton of different neighborhoods. There's a ton of nooks and crannies to explore. And then when you think of how big Toronto is and all the stuff it has to offer, then there's morning, there's daytime, there's nighttime, it's raining, it's snowing. There's different angles you can take. There's different events going on, right? The transit network is huge. There's always a video you could make in Toronto. Like, I barely even get out of like Midtown and downtown because there's so much to do. Whereas smaller cities just don't have that. Like, the only other city in Canada where you could even think about doing this as like a full-time job is Montreal. Like, I don't even think Vancouver is big enough to sustain. So yeah, I'm not surprised that whoever does that in Windsor doesn't do it so consistently. Roy says, you still live around Yonge and Lawrence? I live near Yonge and Eglinton, not too far from there. Nita's cooking show is here. Does Toronto still have tricycle ice cream carts? The Dickie D's? I haven't seen a Dickie D in a while, but whenever I'm down by the beaches, I feel like I see them. Lily says, exactly, Windsor is just Windsor other than the Detroit skyline. I remember going to Windsor once. I think I've told this story before, but I went with a coworker. We had to like do a presentation to a bunch of brokers. We were both like 20-somethings, and we had company credit cards. And we could expense our meals, but they didn't really give us a limit, but we weren't allowed to expense bars. And we found a Golden Griddle that did not give you an itemized bill. And that Golden Griddle had a bar. So while we were in Windsor, we did a hell of a lot of drinking at the Golden Griddle. I remember my boss was like, how the hell did you guys run up a $200 bill at the Golden Griddle? Like, he knew exactly what we were doing. And he kind of was like, that was smart. But that was my experience in Windsor. And then we went to the casino and probably lost way too much money. More than we spent at the bar at the Golden Griddle because we were too cheap to go to another bar and pay out of pocket. Ryan says, what neighborhoods you haven't done? Lots in like Etobicoke and North York. I've done most in like downtown, midtown area. Where's Perry? Welcome to Gold Tier. Longtime supporter. Where's Perry? Cheers to you. Thank you for signing up to Gold Tier membership. There are links to that stuff down in the comments. Channel membership and Patreon support. Travis says, love the content. Can't wait to be back in Toronto next month. Thank you. Are there any Spanish neighborhoods in Toronto? Spanish, there's like Latin neighborhoods where you'll hear a lot of Spanish, particularly along like St. Clair West around Corso Italia, ironically. There's some other areas with a strong Latin presence, but like Spanish as in Spain, no, I don't think so. I just don't think we... Prove me wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, but not... Depends on what you mean by Spanish, I guess. Where's Perry says, miss you. Johnny, well, welcome back. Roman says, question, have you ever been to Calgary? If so, how's the city? I'll just answer the first part of the question. No. Lily says, Toronto has so much, it makes me miss living there at times, even though I'm not very social and stuff. It's nice to have options when the social bug bites you. Yeah. It's a big, vibrant city. There's always stuff going on. It's pretty cool. So, I'm out of, like, new videos to play, but this is a future video coming up on the channel. So I did not record this one just for the live stream tonight. So I took a clip from a video I recorded that's going to come up. This is probably going to be like Monday or Tuesday's video, but I decided to spin it in reverse and turn the audio off because I'm narrating this. So we are now walking backwards. So I am... In the video, I am heading east on Richmond, but in this video, we are backwards walking west on Richmond Street. And the cars are driving in reverse as well. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't think I'm reusing the same content by playing this in reverse, but maybe it'll figure that out. I don't know, but it is what it is. This is what happens when I don't have enough new content. So this video will be coming up in the other direction around Tuesday. Dave says watching stuff in reverse is weird, man. Hey, it's what we're going to do. Tom Bike says reverse videos seem more orderly. Yeah, they do. Because you can't see the little like train wrecks happening, right? George says multiverse. Elong says the backwards are back. I did backwards before with bike rides, right? I haven't done them with walks before. Yeah, Estelle, they're back at least for another half an hour or so on the stream. Clayton Crawford says, you're amazing. Thank you, Clayton. Valerie has always wanted to go to the Calgary Stampede. So about 60% of you have been to Toronto and 40% of you haven't. And 48% of you aren't eligible to vote. Are you Scorpio or Sagittarius, your sun sign? Scorpio, born in November. If I could be a Simpsons character, it would be Hank Scorpio. So now we are walking backwards up Spadina. I recorded this after my last live stream. I did a live stream from along Dundas Street West. That was that two-part live stream that kind of got screwed up. So this one is a video I recorded after that. Jellybean says this hurts my brain. Sorry. Nina's Cooking Show says, hello, Johnny. I was able to renew my membership, but my card don't work. Oh, sorry to hear that, Nita, but thank you for giving it the old college try. I don't know. I think the backwards is appropriate for a home stream. Let's see. Let's ask you guys. Start a poll. Nita's Cooking Show, $2. Thank you, Nita's Cooking Show. Thank you for your support. Cheers to you, Nita's. Well, we can see we've got 286 viewers now. We can see if the viewer count goes down or if it goes up with the backwards videos in effect. Chris Mills says now the dog is playing weird. The owner of Paramount gave a bunch of money to help house people. They did, Tom Bikes. Unfortunately, that's a awesome thing he did, but that's ultimately like a government responsibility. So when like an individual does it, it's kind of a band-aid. It's still, super needed, and it's awesome that he did that, but really like that should be a function of the state, right? So 43% say yay, 23% say nay, 27% are indifferent, and 12% voted for jelly beans. That was inspired by Jelly Bean, who said that these videos make her feel a bit sick. Speaking of jelly beans, I was in Winners yesterday in a lineup, and they had the Jelly Belly. When you go to Winners and you're like in that lineup purgatory, and they have all those like things that like are impulse buys. Whoever does that is the best in the world at creating like impulse buys. Like it's perfect. I want to buy everything when I'm in line at Winners. Like every little thing I see, I want to buy. It was so hard not to buy those jelly beans. I didn't. Valerie says, do you believe in time travel? I believe time travel is possible because time is not linear. But do I believe that humans can do it? No. Will we do it one day? Maybe. But if we go back in time and you do something, if you do anything, will that change the entire future? Will there be a parallel future? So you did change the future, just not the current future that we're in. I don't know. Right? It's like there's all these videos and I guess articles that prove that, or that talk about how like Back to the Future movies are bullshit because everything would have unraveled in a completely different way if he went back in time and changed things, right? So who knows? Sheena Roberts also voted for Jelly Bean. George, I have no idea what that question is. Remy says this backwards is annoying. You can't watch this. Sorry. I just didn't want to play the videos in their proper way, but yeah, we've lost viewers. Yikes. It's okay. It's okay. We're only going to be streaming till about 9:30 or so. I really like this condo. I think that's a really cool condo. We are in Alexandra Park right now. We are in Alexandra Park. Clayton says we're already living in a parallel future. We just cannot prove it. Yeah, we could be like some kid's science project, right? There's all kinds of theories that we could be. Jelly Bean says if I don't win, I'm unsubscribing. Jelly Bean, you're only at 13%. Well, I did put jelly beans. George says, do you believe in life after love? A Cher's son. Sorry about that. Oh. Shivlin says this video is very funny. Julie says backwards amuses me. It actually gives me a little bit of motion sickness because your brain is tuned to anticipate like walking forward, right? So whenever you do something that's contrary to that, it throws you off a little bit and you have to adjust. You don't anticipate things the way that you normally anticipate. It's also like when I go, like, I love roller coasters. I'll go on like, there's no roller coaster I will not go on. Like anything I will do. But the rides that just like spin you around, usually the flat rides, I will not go on those. I get sick. If there's just like a little bit of spinning, I will get sick and not go on those. So yeah, I'm not surprised. This gives me a little bit of motion sickness. But the good news for me is I just have to read the chat. I don't have to watch the video. So yeah, if you're like me, sorry about that. Where's Perry's single bed? Hey, I've got a brand new bed. I've got all new bedding. I bought a set of 2 like hotel quality down pillows, which are awesome, but they're a little too soft when I want to watch TV. So I also got a memory foam, like a crushed memory foam pillow. So I got 3 new pillows, all new bedding. I've got a new comforter on there. I decided to say, to hell with the duvet. I am tired of like trying to shove a duvet into a duvet cover. That can wait till winter. I just bought like a super thin comforter that I can also turn into a duvet later, and I can put it inside a duvet cover. So I've got that going on. I've got all new sheets. I still got some pretty nice old sheets, but I've got new pillowcases, new pillows, whole new 12-inch mattress. So that's what's going on over there. Nita's Cooking Show says, good night. I am going to bed for work tomorrow. All right, good night, Nita's Cooking Show. Pinesel says, the bat at Wonderland goes fast forward once and then backwards. That's also the shittiest ride ever. It's a Vekoma Boomerang. That ride has been littering dozens of theme parks around the world. It's got really poor capacity too, because it can only run one train. So there's so many things wrong with that ride. Just rip it out, Canada's Wonderland. Get rid of it. It's such a shitty ride. Robert Steele says, I love Tilt-A-Whirl, classic Midway ride. When I was a kid, I used to like that stuff. I used to like the zipper at the CNE, but now no can do. Welcome home, Lisa. Lily says, memory foam pillows are my holy grail. What's cool is my memory foam pillow.
Strolls around too. Much appreciated.
Aaron Lawrence, thanks for the great strolls around Toronto. Much appreciated. Aaron Lawrence, $27.99. Holy shit. Thank you, Aaron. Your super chat was much appreciated. And there will be a lot more strolling around TO coming up. And there will be some strolling from not TO pretty soon. Thank you, Aaron. All right, next backwards video we got going on. Yeah, this one I just took the end of a video. So God tier supporters on the left, thank you for that, everyone. Channel members and Patreon supporters. I update this list about every week. So if you are a member and you don't see your name here, just give it a week and you'll show up. But this is the end of a video. But thank you again, Aaron. What was I talking about? Maple Dubs bought an Endy. It's an absolute game changer. You have spine and lumbar issues. Yeah, I went from a all memory foam mattress, but now I'm a huge believer in like the hybrid mattress, the coil with the memory foam on top. To me, that is the new holy grail for me. I would like to get a hammock, HAMUQ, but the one I have is pretty awesome and I'm pretty happy with it. Lisa went to a Jays game. You saw them beat the Padres 4-0. But one of the cool things about my my memory foam pillow is I can take memory foam out of it if I want to like lower it, or if I want to like blow it up. It actually came with memory foam on the side that I can fill into it. Pat 1967, do you think it's a good idea to invest in a condo in downtown Toronto? I don't know. Invest? Are you going to be living there? Are you going to rent it out? What is your, like, there's just too many variables, right? There's people that are better off renting. There's people that are better off owning. There's all kinds of pros and cons. If you're investing it, just do me a favor. Don't make it an Airbnb or you're an asshole. Sorry. But if you're going to like rent it out and be a good landlord, okay. But I'm not the person to ask that. I am not the person to ask that. Robert says, oh, cool. I watched a few NYC ones before Johnny, but I've been watching him more than 2 years now. Thank you, Robert. Shibboleth says, reverse outro. Yep, we did that. We are about to walk. This is another future video coming up. This was a walk through Bayview Lease side, but it took me to Eglinton Avenue East, and I finished up right at Yonge and Eglinton. So we are now, I was walking west in the video, but we are backwards walking east now. And we've got some people in front of us also backwards walking. I wonder how different their walking motion would be if you told them to walk backwards. Like if people deliberately walk backwards, would they look different than when they walk forwards if we reversed it? Silver Fox, this sounds like a great mattress. The best mattress is the one that you're comfortable on, that you wake up with no issues. But I love my mattress. I can even like put a can of bubbly on the mattress while I like roll around and it like doesn't move. Julie says a side of memory foam. Valerie says the memory foam pillows all have dementia after 2 years. They forget everything. Pillows really like last 2 years at most anyways. At least if you have like oily hair like me, they turn like yellow and brown. Even when I double pillowcase them. So it doesn't matter to me. That pillow's going to be in the garbage in 2 years. Sheena says, I think I saw you in Action Kid streams. Is that how you found Johnny through Action Kid? You've been following me since August of last year. Gertej says, is that Cineplex in your area? Yes, it is very close to me. Just reading some of your comments. So, yeah, we've lost some viewers since we've started going backwards. Shivlin says the anime should tell people to unsubscribe. I guess that is it. JD has a super Sealy, super premium mattress. Remember when you used to go to mattress stores and like try them all out and spend like $1,000 on a mattress? Now you just go online, click a few buttons, and it like shows up in a box. Kind of weird. Where's Perry says we're back in time. George says that happens to your brother, greasy hair. Yeah, I also have like an oily face. Like it's good for like not getting wrinkles, but it's bad for keeping your pillows like not looking all gross and brown. So yeah, like my last pillows, they went straight into the dumpster. They looked pretty gross. Robert says, can we go sideways? You can go sideways. I'm not going sideways. George says at least he has hair. Yeah, this is Eglinton Avenue East. I think we're going to wrap this stream up in like 15 minutes at 9:30. FYI. Unknown says this reverse video is so radical. I don't know. Some people don't like it. We're losing viewers. Lily says as a kid, you always wanted to go to a mattress store and jump or test out all the mattresses like they do in movies. 38% of you like the backwards videos. 22% of you don't. 28% of you are indifferent. 14% like jelly beans. Sheena Roberts says memory foam pillows are the best for me. Ooh, here's a poll. What kind of mattress do you like? We'll go spring. We'll go memory foam. We'll go hybrid, spring plus foam, and then we'll have a foam, not maybe you just like a foam mattress. Some people they'll get like a spring mattress and they'll put a topper on it. I don't know, just answer that however you will. But let's see, what kind of mattress do people like? Let's see, or do you have? Yeah, this poll is kind of weird. I didn't ask what do you have or whatever. Just answer the poll, please. Lisa says, I don't care either way. You're not here to watch the background video. What if it was a background video full of art? I don't. There's a good question for you. We had Forwards playing videos earlier in the stream. One that I recorded earlier today, but now, hey, look at this guy scooting backwards. That is a skill. He wasn't even looking where he was going. Pine Soul says pocket coil. That would just put your answer under spring. Matt Bros has a tuft and needle mint queen size. Valerie says, so I forgot why I'm watching. I need new memory foam pillows. Jelly Bean judges guys on their mattress. Ooh, that's a... So if they were rocking like a $300 Amazon mattress in a box, what if they didn't tell you? What if they're like, yeah, it was like a $2,000 mattress? I guess you would be judging the actual quality of the mattress. Lily says you should do another poll asking people how many pillows people sleep with. Yeah, but Like my pillows, like my expensive, like down hotel quality pillows, like they literally just like collapse all the way down. So I could sleep on 2 of those. Whereas my memory foam pillow, I would just need 1. So I think that's not so much about how many pillows do you want versus what kind of pillows you have. It's a tough thing. I don't know why we're talking about this. Vivian Johnson says lots of lighting here. Oh, as in it's in good light? George says, I hate waterbeds. My brother had a waterbed in high school, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Then after 2 days, I was like, that's kind of stupid. I like my bed. So he had to sleep on that stupid thing for years. I think he actually liked it. I don't know why. But like, do they even make waterbeds anymore? Is that still a thing? I think that was like a fad. I don't know. Tony Young says the backwards video is quite cool. Thank you. Maple Dub says, do they still make waterbeds? Waterbeds and silk shirts. Give me 2 trends from the 80s that have not stood the test of time, right? Late 80s, early 90s. Remember those? Those 2 things were like, there were silk shirted people with waterbeds. I think those 2 things went hand in hand back then. I'm willing to bet that if you had a waterbed, you had a higher than average percentage chance of owning a silk shirt. And you probably had like long curly hair if you're a dude and wanted to drive a Trans Am. I just see all of those things like lining up. And you listen to like metal music. Oshira says, I work at a bedding store at Yonge and Eglinton. You should buy a mattress encasement for your brand new mattress to protect it. Maybe there's an idea. Dave says, how tall are you? 180 centimeters. Lily says, you feel the urge to go buy new bedding after all these conversations. Bill Chow's, I didn't vote. I like hard mattresses. In Korea, that's the whole thing called the stone mattress. A lot of people like really like sleeping on stone mattresses there. It's considered luxury. Julie had a waterbed for about a year. You finally realized you hated it. Devin says they still make waterbeds. You have to have extra insurance for them. Matt says, and a glass coffee table and cocaine as a choice of drug. Dolomite says, mem perming their hair. Silk pajamas and silk sheets on a silk mattress on top of a waterbed. And we are looking at the future Mount Pleasant Station. Why Mount Pleasant Station needs to take up a very prominent corner at a prominent intersection, I don't know. But thanks to the transit gods at Metrolinx, it does. Oshira says silk duvets are the best. Someone's still rocking the silk. Silver Fox had a waterbed but wouldn't buy another one. I think that's the problem with waterbeds. All these people had them, and then they were probably so relieved when it was time to get rid of them that no one like rebought a waterbed, except for that one guy who accidentally popped his before he could realize he hated it, and then he bought a new one and then was like, fuck, now I have this new waterbed. Marge says, and lava lamps. I think lava lamps kind of like are ironically cool again. I think that's the type of thing you might see at like Urban Outfitters or something. But yeah, that was definitely an early 90s change. And those reaction t-shirts, you would like put your hand on your shirt and that would change colors. Okay, this is the last video. This is another backwards video. This is the last one of the day. This video is going to be 10 minutes long. So this is going to wind us down on the stream. Lisa says, remember bunk beds. I remember bunk beds. Where's Perry says, I would buy one waterbed. Let's look at the poll. 31% of you going with the spring or coil mattress. 36% of you choosing memory foam. True story. I had a Tempur-Pedic mattress in like 2005. So I was very early on the memory foam bandwagon with like the ultimate memory foam mattress. 27%. Yes, 20% of you. 27% of you are the spring or the coil and foam sleepers. So 27% of you are awesome. And 7% of you are just the base foam. That's usually like an IKEA mattress, right? IKEA tends to have a lot of those. And we had 75 votes, so let's kill that. Thank you for voting on the most important vote of all time. I've somehow managed to nurse a beer for an hour and a half. Under no other circumstances would it take me this long to drink a beer. Lily says I had bunk beds, and when my sister moved out of the room, the bottom bunk was home to your stuffed animal. Lisa says hybrid, methinks. Well, Shira says memory foam can't breathe and they run hot. My new mattress is so much. My old one was memory foam, and the new one is so much cooler than the memory foam. The old one, I think, was a Lisa. I think that was it. It was a Lisa mattress. I think that was the brand. My cousin and I wanted to have Arnold and Willis type beds on different strokes. Well, that's better than like the bunk beds from Step Brothers, right? Hey, we made bunk beds. So now we are going south down Yonge Street towards, well, I was walking north, but we're going down towards Yonge and Eglinton. And there is the Jollibee. Trapdoor says, can confirm my mattress absorbs heat like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, with like, it's so different because I had like a big duvet on a memory foam mattress, and now I have like this hybrid mattress, which is so much cooler, and I've got like a really thin like comforter on top, like super thin. So I am just so much cooler at night. Whereas before, like if it was hot, I was like getting, even with the AC blasting, it would be pretty hot. And I would get covered in sweat. Marjoss says, are you go with your girlfriend? I do not compute the question, Marjoss. George says, that guy running backwards. Where's Perry says, I fall off my bed. My current bed, it's 12 inches, but it doesn't have edge reinforcement. So if I kind of roll to the side, it's just going to like, I'm going to roll right off of that thing and probably break an arm or something. Jonathan says, how are you doing? You're concerned about all the shootings in Toronto? Gun violence is actually down right now in Toronto. And again, compared to like American cities, it's absolutely minuscule. Like it's just that when there is a gun shooting, it makes the news because it's such a big deal here still. But it's so far and few between. It's not even an issue. I wouldn't even worry. And the vast majority of them are like targeted. How do you go through so many mattresses? I haven't changed my mattress for over 10 years. My last one lasted about it lasted about 9 years actually. And then it got a little lumpy, which is fine, or I think it's about par for the course for a memory foam mattress. Roman says, running backwards looks so funny. If this is backwards, are you giving us super chats, says Jellybean. Fuck right off with that. No, just kidding. No, there's no, YouTube did not build in the functionality for me to send you guys a super chat, but I will donate $10 to the Human Fund on behalf of all of you watching. The Human Fund, it is real. Look it up. I think I was making the comment, this is my favorite building in Midtown. You've got Absolute Comedy in the bottom, the Rose and Crown Pub on like the main level, and then Pie Restaurant on the second level. If some developer wanted to knock that building down, I would move from Midtown. I would just leave because that is the best building in Midtown. Johnny is going to start paying us. Jellybean says the shade is real. Hey, it was a clever idea. Valerie says learn to sleep between the lumps. I don't know. You spend like a third of your life on your mattress. So like be comfortable on it. I don't know. It's not how much it costs. It's are you comfortable on it and does your back hurt in the morning? And do you sleep well? And my Fitbit is showing I am sleeping much better on this mattress than my old mattress. I'm having like longer deep sleeps, more REM. Even when I have like a shorter night of sleep, like 5 hours, my sleep score is way higher than it was. I don't know how Fitbit calculates the sleep score, but I'm just going to go like assume that it's better. They have a pie at Yonge and Eglinton. They do, JD. They do, and it is excellent. Although I ordered Star King on my way home today. I used Ritual, which has added a fee to pick up, which is annoying. But I picked up some pad thai from Ritual, or from Star King, and I had half of that for dinner, and the other half I'll eat tomorrow. Dave S. says you had a good one at Stormcrow Manor. Lisa loves a good rem. Jellybean says, how's your hammock? My hammock is awesome. I spend not enough time on it, but I watched the Blue Jay game on my hammock the other day. I just pulled it up on my phone and like went out there on my hammock. And I'm kind of low-key hoping that I can go out there and like chill during this thunderstorm. Is it still storming right now? Let's see. Weather. Clouds. No, I was hoping that I could take in the storm on the hammock. Pinesel says the first mattress I bought was terrible. You learn the hard way that you can't rush into buying one. Yeah, but if you all these companies online like Hammock, Endy, Casper, Silk and whatever, the Lisa, anything from Amazon, they all have like good return policies, so you don't, and like 100-day sleep trials and stuff. So you're not really taking too big of a risk as long as you live in like a major center. Lily says, welcome to Silver Tier. Lily, thank you for joining the ranks of YouTube channel membership. By doing so, you support such habits as me jumping on airplanes and going across the ocean. Apparently in an A330. Look at all that pigeon dookie all over that bench. That is why nobody would be sitting there. The pigeons love to poop all over it. Marge says a backwards Lambo. Limitless Thinker says, hope everyone has a wonderful night. I do as well, Limitless Thinker. I don't know if I'm going to live stream tomorrow. My plan was to live stream tonight out in the wild, but Ken beat me to it. And then I just thought I would do a home one because I haven't done one of these in a while. And then I saw that it was going to be a thunderstorm. JD says Tokyo Bullet Train. Possibly. Yay for airplane jumping. I'm happy to help fund. Hey, here's the map of the walk I recorded in reverse. I literally just took a clip from the video and played it backwards. Devin says, still storming like crazy down here in western New York. Thunder was shaking. So I think this is probably the same system that has moved out your way. But yes, I filmed this video right after I filmed the one prior to this. I was lazy and did a few Midtown area videos. But I am trying to build up the backlog for when I go away, just so I can have videos that cover most days. Lisa says a very straight line. The real Gumby loves the reverse video. Where were you when we had the poll? Also, the reverse video, I think we lost about like 60, like the amount of viewers in the stream was gaining momentum. It was climbing. And then I played the reverse videos and then it started going in the other way. So I think there will be no more reverse videos. Hey, I'm talking backwards here. Oh, I muted the audio. Whoop. All right, Lily, thank you for joining the ranks of Silver Tier membership. If you want to see more home streams like this, where I kind of hang out and make a fool of myself, go to the Johnny Stumbles channel and subscribe, etc., etc. I do that usually Sundays at around 8 p.m. We'll hang out. I'll have a beer or some edibles, and we'll do some surveys. We'll just hang out. We'll go over the news in Toronto. I won't necessarily play videos like this, but it's a fun time. I've been doing that for like 3 years now. The real Gumby says Toronto looks less dangerous with people going backwards. Perhaps present Lisa is happy. Past Lisa ordered pizza earlier for dinner. You always have to prepare yourself for the future you, right? Like tomorrow Johnny is going to be happy that today Johnny ordered a huge pad thai and only ate half of it for dinner, because now tomorrow come lunch I'm going to have half a pad thai and I'm not going to have to worry about cooking or doing anything. And I have something that heats up excellently. Lily says, Sunday night Johnny Stumble streams. I always look forward to those. I'm glad you do. Dave S says, do you do edideddies? Yes, I do. Thanks, Johnny, for the home stream. Thank you, Vivian. And on that bombshell, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Huge thanks to our mods for their good work. Thanks to our channel members, Patreon supporters. Thanks to our sponsor, me. This video is brought to you by me. How's that? Any chance of a Center Island video? I'm working on it, Silver CS. I'm working on it. Hopefully I can get up and get my lazy ass somewhere out of the core, because I haven't been doing that lately. And now I've already got the tunnel vision on for vacation. But anywho, JS, good night, Pinesel. I see exactly what you did. But I want to thank everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button. More importantly, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And then click the super thanks button and type in all of your money and hit send. No, don't do that. But don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered and support the pet population, as Bob Burker would always say. Chris Mills says, peace, peace. All right, guys. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., I think it's Yorkville will be the video. Saturday will be a dicey video. It's going to be one of those videos that gets a lot of like controversial comments, I have a feeling. Sunday, I don't have the video recorded yet, but then I've got some slop for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday already. Jellybean says streaming tomorrow. If I do, probably from the scooter. I don't know, but I'm going out tomorrow night and I'm going out Saturday night. I was hoping to do a nightlife video tomorrow night, but I don't think we're going to do that now. And then I'm going away. Man, that's like my big video in the summer when I do those nightlife walks, right? They get the most views, and I haven't done one really. Oh, well, resting on my laurels, I guess. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST at the premiere. Be there or don't. Yoink.